Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brenda Mang and welcome to my little space here on YouTube. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. I really do appreciate it. If you are a new subscriber, don't forget to subscribe if you think we vibe. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you are enjoying the channel that is Brenda Mang. Okay, so for this week's video, I am bringing you guys a Q&A. I figured it was about time that you guys got to know me a little bit. So on my Instagram, which is going to be here, the username is going to be here or down in the description box below, I did ask you guys to just go ahead and ask me anything that you would like to know, and I will film the video and give you guys all the answers, so I can let you guys in a little bit and you can get to know me a little bit more outside of, you know, just trying on clothes and stuff. So that's what we're doing today. So now let's get into the juicy stuff. Okay, so I'm looking at my phone because, like I said, I asked you guys to ask me some questions on my Instagram, which is here somewhere, and it's also in the description box below. And I asked you guys to go ahead and just ask me questions so you can get to know me a little bit. So right, let's just get right into it. Okay, so I'm not going to say who asked the question because I didn't tell people whether it was going to be anonymous or not. I was just like, just ask me questions, so I don't want to put anyone out there like that. So the first question that we have is, how's life as a mother and a wife? Wow, okay, this was a recurring theme throughout the questions that I got. I don't know how to answer that question. I don't know, but yeah, life as it's hard. Overall, it's difficult. It's a conscious effort that you have to make every single day. It's a commitment that you're choosing every single day, and everything is, yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult, but it's worth it, you know, because whatever work you put in is what you sow. So if you put in good, you speak positivity, that's what you're gonna get back. So yeah, I feel like being a mom though is definitely hard because you have a whole human that's relying on you, like this helpless human being that you've brought into the world, and you are completely responsible for them. Yeah, it's crazy. It's unfathomable. It's something that you can never explain to someone until that person is going through it themselves. Until you become a mother yourself, you don't really know I can't put it into words just how, you know, difficult it is, but it is so rewarding. It is the best thing ever. Every time you look at your child, you're just bursting with, like, I don't even think you can call it love. It's just something that's beyond that. It's just an explosion of feelings of love and pride and everything, and you just can't believe that you're raising this little human. And the more milestones that they take, every good thing that they do, every new thing that they do, you're just in awe of the fact that this is like your little human being, yours and your partner's love manifested into an actual human. You know, it's crazy to me. Every time I think about it, I'm just like, whoa. Did you achieve everything you wanted to achieve by 30? Okay, so I'm 30 years old. I turned 30 in July. I had a quarantine birthday, which meant no birthday because I was really sad about the fact that I couldn't really celebrate my birthday. But in terms of achieving everything I wanted to achieve by 30, I think I remember distinctly when I was like 12 years old, I genuinely had a plan for my life where I was like, I'm gonna, you know, finish high school by 18. I'm going to get my degree by the age of 22. If I further my education, I'll be done with my education by the age of 24, you know, so that's like a year to do your master's and stuff like that. Like literally, I remember distinctly planning that when I was like 12, 13 years old, and I wanted to be married by the age of 25 with all of my children. One thing I wanted was to have all of my kids, sorry, the light is gonna go in and out because it's Ireland. No, clouds, rain, sun, all in one day. I wanted to have all of my children by the age of 30. So I wanted 3 kids, and I was like, if I get married at 25, pop out the first kid by 27, the second kid by 29, the third kid by 30. That's literally was something that I had in my head, that I was like, that's my plan for my life. I find it quite interesting that, you know, at that age, what I was planning for was my education and marriage. I wasn't really planning in terms of my career, because I figured once I got my education, I'll just get my job, and that was that. I never really had like a career plan at that point in time. But whether or not I've achieved everything I wanted to achieve by 30, yes and no, because I wanted to drive, but I still am not a driver. So that's one thing that always bugs me. But the Rona would not let me get my lessons and finish them, because I had started them, but yeah, Corona said no. So in a nutshell, no, I did not achieve everything I wanted to achieve by 30, but I'm still very grateful for how far I've come and for everything that I have. And it's not to say that, you know, I don't appreciate it, but I did have a plan and I didn't achieve everything I wanted to. But that's not my focal point. My focus is mostly being grateful for what I have achieved, you know, just being choosing to look on the bright side. So the next question is, did you ever pursue singing further after The Voice? You have a beautiful voice. Oh, thank you. Some of you guys, if you follow me on my IG stories, you know that sometimes I burst into song, you know, burst randomly into song. I sing in the shower. Well, not really anymore, because most of the time when I shower, my baby's sleeping, so I don't really sing that much in the house anymore. But yeah, I did The Voice. I did The Voice of Ireland, and after that, I think that was the last time I tried to pursue music. I think the only thing that I did was just pursuing music as part of this ministering group that I was in called Word in Harmony. So we would minister in song, and we were basically a group of ladies here in Dublin, Ireland, that would get together and rehearse and minister at churches. I remember this one time we sang in the street. That was really interesting. But I think that was the end of that. Once I moved to the UK and everything else, I never really thought about singing. It was more so just it was never something that I wanted to pursue anymore, because you know, you have to accept it at some point that it's not going to become a thing. But one person that I do love though, NC Gray, check her out on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play. She is an amazing singer. She's based in, well, she is an amazing singer. She's one of my friends and I absolutely love her music. I was gonna say she's based in Dublin, but she's in London now, so she's kind of 50-50. She's kind of like me, half in the UK, half in Dublin. I feel like that's what most of my friends have done. We've all moved to the UK, moved back, moved to the UK, so it's a bit mad. But definitely check her out. Am I ever going to pursue singing again? Probably not. But I do want to do a little intro for my channel though. So when I finally get to that, you guys will hear it on my channel. And maybe if you want me to do some song covers, I won't even, no, that's not even an option. Forget I said that. I would love to hear your thoughts or advice on how to embrace the body you are in, flaws and all. This is quite interesting because I'm a mental health advocate. No, I am a body positivity advocate. I've always been, ever since I could remember. I've always been that person that says, you know, accept, you know, just love yourself for the body that you have. Yes, you can always change it. Yes, you can go to the gym and all of that kind of stuff, but that doesn't mean you have to hate it in the meantime while you fix whatever issues you think you might have, you know. So when it comes to body positivity, I've recently learned about this other movement called body acceptance, where it's like you are making a conscious decision to be aware of your flaws and making that decision to accept them. Because I feel like positivity sometimes can be toxic, because it doesn't allow people to feel their feelings. It's like you have to always be positive. You always have to love your body. God forbid you complain about your stretch marks. God forbid you complain about having a fupa. You always have to love yourself. You know, that's the body positivity movement. And I feel like acceptance kind of takes into account the positivity, but also allows you to have those days where you're like, I know I have this bad thing and bad being subjective, but I accept it, you know. So I feel like the one thing about confidence is you can never get it from anybody else. You can be inspired, yes, but I feel like looking at other people actually makes me question myself more, because I see some thing in them that I don't have, and I feel like because I don't have that, I'm lesser, and I feel like that can be quite dangerous. So confidence is something that you always have to seek within yourself. You just have to look at your flaws, accept that you have them. If you really hate them that much, you can do something about them, especially if it's something to do with weight. You can go to the gym, you can go on a diet, you can change it, you can seek help to, you know, make those changes. But the first thing is to make sure you accept yourself, love on yourself, because if you don't love yourself, it makes it very hard for other people to love you too. So this question says, how are you? That's nice. Thank you so much for asking that question, which is, I feel like, something that we don't do often anymore. I mean, you ask people how they are all the time, but you don't really expect an answer. It's like if you ask me how I am and then I begin to lament about all of my issues in my life, you are going to pause and be like, oh, this is awkward, because you weren't expecting that, you weren't prepared for that, you didn't want an honest answer of how that person is feeling. You just wanted to hear, great, how are you? You good? Great, cool, keep it pushing. So I feel like we don't genuinely ask that question anymore, and that needs to change, because, you know, how are you? I'm okay. I am definitely good. Like, we're definitely in a better place than I would have been. If you had asked me this question maybe 8 months ago at the start of the year, the answer would be very different. But we thank God that, you know, we've overcome any darkness and any hardships to get me to the point where I am happy to say that I am okay. Next question is, has it been hard connecting with other Zim YouTubers? Actually, this second time, because, you know guys, I was on YouTube in 2016. That's when I first started this channel, and that was very hard. I connected with a lot of American YouTubers, but when it came to Zimbabwean YouTubers, I didn't connect with a lot. But this second time, going at it with Instagram and YouTube, I feel like I have found a lot more Zimbabwean YouTubers, Zimbabwean bloggers, and it's absolutely amazing, because, you know, it's kind of like we're building this little community despite us being in all different countries. You know, we're in Ireland, the UK, America, Zimbabwe, South Africa, you know, we're just literally all over the world, and it's really nice connecting with people from your own country, your own culture, and everyone has different things to offer. Definitely leave all of their channel links down in the description box below so that you guys can get to know them as well. The next question is, how do you balance it all? Motherhood, business, marriage, and family. Share some tips, please. Now, this question was asked 4 times this question was asked by 4 different people. How do you balance it all? Motherhood, business, marriage, and family. Share some tips, please. How do you manage running several businesses, being a wife, a mom, and a YouTuber? How do you balance your work, business, and family? How do you balance influencing 9 to 5 and mommy duties? So I'm going to answer that question all at the same time. So when it comes to balancing it all, to be honest, I feel like I don't. I feel like I just go with the flow, because if you plan, sometimes when I plan things, they don't always go to task. But the one thing that I know has helped quite tremendously was moving back to Ireland, because we have the support that we need from family. Because raising a child, it takes a village. It's not just something that you can do by yourself, and if you have the ability to move closer to your family, definitely do that, because you need their support. For me, one thing that makes all of the difference also when it comes to motherhood is creche. My daughter goes to a daycare, so during the day I'm working full-time as well, so I can focus on my 9 to 5 during the day and pick her up from daycare, then focus on mommy duties, put her to sleep, and then do stuff related to my businesses, you know, whether it's editing videos for my YouTube, whether it is creating content, editing videos, or making orders, doing inventory checks for my Majestic Curves business, Majestic Links business as well. I tend to do that once she's gone to bed. So you put her to bed early so that you have time, then reasonable time, to do what you need to do before you have to also go to sleep. It's not easy. I don't feel like I have any advice about how I do it all. It's just about going with the flow. Planning is very important. When it comes to filming my videos, I plan ahead. That way, when I do have that 1 hour lunch break to film that video, I know exactly what I'm doing, how I'm going to set it up, what I need for that video. When it comes to create content on Instagram, taking pictures, same thing, planning my outfits. When it comes to family, being a mom, planning the food, planning the dinner, planning activities, plan, and then execute. That's the biggest tip that I have: planning and execution. So the next question again is, hi hun, do you do any affiliating marketing? If so, have you had favorable returns? No, I do not. So I think, I'm not too sure whether you think this is about my business. Like, do I have any people that are affiliated with my businesses? I don't. Whether I am affiliated with other people's businesses, I don't, because I feel like it is, you know, nobody's going to be as committed to your business as you are. And so the motivation for influencers or, you know, content creators that you would give your products to for them to market for you and promote for you, they don't have as much motivation as you would have for your own business. So you would then end up being disappointed because they're not putting in as much work as you would have expected, and you don't want to force anybody to do you know, you just don't want to be on somebody's neck all the time to be like, you're not promoting, you need to do this is the agreement. I just feel like that's a headache that I'm not ready for, and I feel like my businesses are not big enough yet for that kind of thing. So I'm not really doing any affiliations. And myself as a content creator, I don't have any affiliating mark because it's just a lot of work. I have enough work as it is with Majestic Lengths and Majestic Curves and my personal brand, Brenda Mang, and being a mom, being a wife, being in business, you know, a mother. I feel like I have a lot on my plate for them to be thinking of how, for me to also then be thinking of how I can promote someone else's business so I can get that 10% of whatever sales that have been made. I don't do it because for me it's just not worth it. It's too little of a return unless people are buying in their hundreds. If I'm getting 10% of a $10 item, that's $1. So 10 sales equals $10. 100 sales would equal $100, and 1,000 sales would equal $1,000. I feel like affiliation is good for people that have a really big audience, an audience that will buy anything that they're selling, and therefore get that conversion where it becomes worth the hassle of promoting, you know, all of these businesses and things like that. So I'm not there yet, but it's something that I'll look into in the future. So any advice on starting a business? I feel like that should be a whole different video because we'll be here forever if I start talking about business and how I got started and everything else. But the one thing that I know about starting a business is, do not wait until everything is perfect. Do not wait until all the ducks have aligned in a row. Do not wait until you've crossed all your I's and all your T's. Put together the foundation first. Put together your plan, your business plan, and then take it step by step, because I know a lot of people, myself included, I didn't want to launch my business until I had the perfect packaging. I didn't want to launch until I had the perfect this, perfect website, the perfect IG content. I was like, I just want to be perfect. And then I realized that I'm just delaying my blessings, and what I have is okay, and you need to give yourself room to improve. You know, if you start all the way up here, you're gonna get to the ceiling really quickly. There's nowhere else for you to go. But if you just start and build slowly, there's room for you to grow, and you might even discover new paths because you weren't so hell-bent on getting on this straight perfect road. You were open to getting other avenues and things like that. So I always say, don't wait for perfection, just go ahead and start. and the rest will fall into place. Can you do more makeup videos experimenting with bright eyeshadow, please? Girl, I am no good with makeup. Like, if you've noticed, I don't do any makeup stuff for my channel unless it's like I think a few years ago I did a everyday makeup routine, but that was only because everyone was doing it, not because I'm good at makeup. Like, I feel like I can, yeah, no. I have like really hooded eyes. I have really like the tiniest little eyeshadow space. My lids are so small, they basically don't exist. So for me to put on makeup and put on colored eyeshadow, it doesn't look right, it doesn't work, so I never really bother. But with the likes of Tariq Remba on my IG all the time, I'm getting inspired, so hopefully we will get there. Okay, so the next question is, how can I grow my Instagram? Wow. Okay, so for me, my Instagram was dead for a very long time after I gave birth. Even before once I found out I was pregnant, even before that, once I started planning my wedding, I stopped doing anything to do with content creation. YouTube died, Instagram died. Like, I literally gave up on, I didn't give up, but I focused my attention on other things that needed my immediate, like, you know, getting married, all of that kind of stuff. So around 2017 is when I just stopped it all. And at that point in time, I think I had 2,000 subscribers, 2,000 subscribers on my YouTube, 2,000 followers on my Instagram, and it just stayed really stagnant. And then when I made the decision to come back to YouTube and Instagram in January of this year, I actually looked up on YouTube. There's so many videos on YouTube, so many people that show, you know, give you all these tips on how to grow for free. You don't have to pay nobody to tell you about it. But one thing that I found across all of the information and research that I did was consistency and quality. So consistently posting so that your audience can rely on you. If they are looking to you for fashion tips, if they're looking to you for mommy tips, if they're coming to you for inspirational, motivational type of, you know, content, they need to rely on you. They need to know that Brenda's going to be posting every Sunday, Brenda's going to be posting every Wednesday, Brenda posts 3 times a week, Brenda posts once a week. Consistency. And not just that, but quality. Make it make sense. If you're going to take a selfie, clean your camera. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of people forget to clean their lens up here. Like, you have your phone up to your ear, it's going to get foggy, and literally you just need to clean that and you're going to have crisp, nice photos. It's the same thing as your back lens. You're touching it accidentally all the time, blah blah blah, and it's going to affect the pictures of the quality of your pictures. And so, you know, if you're taking pictures with your camera, make sure you're shooting in daylight. The lighting is very important. You know, make sure you're consistent with your quality as well. You don't want to have red tone photos one day, the next you're having yellow tone photos, the next set they're overexposed. Just make sure you get really good quality pictures. And again, there's so many resources on YouTube, so many videos that show you and teach you how to balance your quality in your photos. And that's one thing. And also be interactive with your audience. So for me, I don't even call my followers. Like, people that follow me are literally my people, because my DMs are always lit. We're always talking about something, you know, be like, oh girl, did you see this? Oh my god, da, 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 da. Sharing mommy tips, you know, sharing our body woes. Like, literally there is always something happening every single day in my DMs, and I feel like that also added to my growth a lot, because people can connect with you on that level. They feel like I'm relatable, of which I am, and I enjoy having, you know, conversations with people, because, you know, you get to hear so many different opinions and so many different perspectives of different things, and it kind of opens up your mind a little bit to all these different things. So be interactive with your followers, not just putting up polls just for the crack. When they ask you a question, answer the questions. Do you know what I mean? Don't just ignore your DMs. Take the time to connect and comment and react to their content too, on a genuine level, not just because you want to grow your channel or your Instagram. I love your content. I want to be a content creator. How can I start? Girl, just start. Like, are you looking to be a content creator on YouTube or on Instagram? Just start. A lot of people think they need the crazy lighting, they need the crazy camera, the expensive stuff, but if you notice, a lot of the biggest YouTubers have, you know, they started somewhere. A lot of people who are with million subscribers still use their phones to record. You don't have to get a DSLR, you don't have to get the Canon G7X Mark 50, you don't have to do all of that. Just as long as you have a niche, you figure out what kind of content you want to create, make sure you know why you want to create that content, and make sure the answers are very genuine, because that's what's going to keep you consistent. That's what's going to keep you consistent, because if you're not loving what you're doing, you don't really know why you're doing it, you don't really have a purpose, you tend to get lost in the sauce. When your pictures, your photos are not getting likes, your videos are not getting any views, you tend to get caught up in that if you really if you're doing it for all the wrong reasons. But if you're doing it because you feel like you have a purpose and you're adding value to people's lives, you're gonna keep doing it regardless, because there's 5 people that view your videos. That's 5 more people that you've touched with your content that you wouldn't have otherwise. So you will still be persistent, and eventually it will pay off. Do it because you love it and you feel like it's your purpose, and you're adding value to someone's life, not because you want to get something for free out of it, because trust me honey, you're gonna burn out real quickly. What is your biggest challenge in the content creating industry? Time. I feel like time. I don't have enough time to do everything that I want to do, because if you think about it this way, if you're single, you have no children, no husband, you live by yourself, you have basically all the time in the world to create content. You can wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning and be like, ooh, I'm gonna film this video. You can get in touch with a photographer at any time and be like, can you let's spend the whole weekend taking photos and videos for my YouTube, you know, pictures for my Instagram, at any point in time. But for me, because you're a mother, you're a wife, you're a working woman, like you work full time, you don't have the time to be like, okay, I'm going to spend the whole day today learning how to put on my lace front and I'm going to film it for everyone to see. No, because you have to be, there's a lot of other things that you have to take care of that take your time. And so that becomes the biggest challenge for me as a content creator, that I feel like I don't have enough time in the world, enough time especially to just create the content. But that's not a priority for me. My priority obviously is my family, so it's not that I don't want to take care of them, it's just that I wish I had the time to do both without having to kind of, you know, find time, like literally find time to create content, where it just becomes so easy and it's just like you just take care of your family, film content, and there's no real planning needed. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, it's very hard to explain. I want to start a business. How can I go about it? Wow, you guys, these business questions, I feel like I'm going to do a whole separate video for y'all, because I do want to talk about my recent new business that I've just launched, Majestic Curves. So I feel like I'm going to do a video about that, so be on the lookout for that. Turn on that notification bell. Okay. What's your biggest motivation? Oh wow, I feel like my family. Yeah, that's always been my answer, even before I gave birth. Motivation is my family. My biggest motivation is definitely having a child. She gave me the fire to go after my dreams. She gave me the fire to achieve all of these things, but not just for me, but for her as well. And not to say that everyone else in my life doesn't give me that same motivation, but she just kind of took it to that next level, if that makes sense. How do you stay disciplined in creating content? Girl, when you have a goal, right? I feel like everyone should create a vision board. Write everything down that you want to achieve and figure out ways of how you can achieve it. Because if you forget about where you want to go, where you want to be, it's very easy for you to then fall off. And get distracted, to fall off and give up, not have motivation, because you forgetting that thing that made you get up and start what you're doing in the first place. You're forgetting the reason why you said I want to be a YouTuber. You're forgetting the reason why you said I want to be a content creator, because you know, life happens, you forget. But if you put it all down and write it down, and you have access to it all the time, where you can renew that fire and remind yourself about why you started, why you're starting, it's very, very easy to stay consistent and be disciplined. Are you still blogging? No. I wanted to revive my blog in March this year, and coincidentally that's when the lockdown began for COVID. And when it came to my blog, I really just want it to be really good quality photos. I wanted to collaborate with photographers and not just take pictures with my iPhone for my blog, because I feel like when it comes to blogs, that, you know, what I want for myself is that kind of, you know, really good 4K quality, and I feel like I can't do that myself. I need to collaborate with people that, you know, photographers that know about composition, lighting, all of that kind of stuff, editing the pictures, not with just Facetune like we do on our Instagram photos and Lightroom, but they genuinely, you know, keeping the integrity of your content, but making, you know, elevating the quality with their editing. And I felt like that's what I wanted with my blog, to take it to that next level. And I felt like because of COVID, that's not something that I was able to do. So it's just sitting there, bmangwandi.com. It's just sitting there, but we'll see. We'll get back to it at some point. So on that note, you guys, we are ending this Q&A. I know it was a bit serious, but it's not my fault. You guys asked me serious questions, so maybe next time we're probably going to do a little something more fun. Maybe, you know, a sip or spill type of situation where you guys ask me fun questions that, you know, a little bit risque, so that we can get the fun going. Because like I said, I know this one was really serious, but I really just wanted to show you guys another side of me that's not the goofy try on haul type of Brenda, but, you know, let you guys in a little bit on, you know, what goes on up here in my head. So as always, thank you so much for watching all the way till the end. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and share with all of your friends, and turn on that notification bell so that you don't miss any more videos that are on this here channel, Brenda Mang. So on that note, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.